There comes a moment, if you're lucky, when you realize the truth. You look around your life, at your phone, at the people you call friends, family, allies, and you realize something terrifying. No one is coming to save you. No one is investing in your vision. No one is pushing you when you're tired. And if you fall, no one is catching you. For most people, this breaks them. They call it loneliness, depression, bad luck. They ask, why me? But Niccolo Machiavelli understood something most people never will. This moment is not a tragedy. It is a baptism. Machiavelli wrote his most dangerous ideas in exile, stripped of status, allies, protection. And in that isolation, he discovered a brutal truth about power. A man who relies on support is controllable. A man who can stand alone is untouchable. You're here because you feel it. You're carrying an ambition no one around you understands. You're tired of explaining yourself, tired of waiting for permission, support, or a team. Stop waiting. The belief that you need support to succeed is one of the biggest lies ever sold. History wasn't written by groups. It was written by individuals who realized being alone wasn't a weakness, it was an advantage. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build power with zero support. Why being alone makes you sharper, more disciplined, more dangerous. But be warned, to do this, the part of you that craves validation has to die. If you want comfort, return to the crowd. They will keep you warm. But if you are ready to become the kind of person Machiavelli wrote for, the kind who doesn't need to be saved, then stay. And if this speaks to you, mark it publicly. Subscribe so you remember who you decided to become. This is where power actually begins. Rule 1. Master your emotional responses. The fastest way to lose power is not failure. It's reaction. When you have no support, every reaction is watched more closely than you think. Not openly, quietly. People study how you handle pressure, disrespect, silence, and delay. Someone ignores your message. Someone questions your decision. Someone doubts you out loud. Your instinct is to explain, defend, correct, react. That instinct is the trap. Machiavelli understood this deeply. Those who control their reactions control the game. Most people reveal their weakness instantly. A sharp reply, a nervous laugh, an emotional explanation. They don't realize they are handing out information, fear, insecurity, urgency, all for free. Think of a simple moment. You share an idea. Someone shrugs and says, "That probably won't work." If you rush to convince them, you've already lost ground. You've told them their opinion controls you. But if you pause, if you stay calm, if you respond slowly, or not at all, something shifts. Now they feel uncertain. Silence after provocation is not weakness, it's dominance. It forces the other person to sit with their own words, to question whether they miscalculated you. This is especially important when you're alone. With no allies, your emotional discipline becomes your shield. People can't attack what they can't read. They can't manipulate what doesn't react. Machiavelli warned that emotional people are easy to rule because their next move is predictable. So you must become unpredictable. Not loud, not aggressive, but controlled. Imagine being criticized at work. Others snap back or apologize. You listen. You nod. You respond later with results, not words. That delay rewrites how you're seen. Or think about personal life. Someone pushes your buttons, expecting anger. You stay composed. They leave confused, not victorious. That confusion is power. Here's the quiet truth. People don't respect emotional outbursts. They respect emotional restraint. And when you govern how you respond, something unexpected happens. People stop testing you as often, not because they like you, but because they can't read you. And unreadable people are dangerous. When you have no support, don't try to win arguments. Win control. Because the one who stays calm in chaos always outlasts the one who reacts. Rule 2. Learn the power of emotional distance. When you have no support, attachment becomes heavy. Attachment to validation. Attachment to being understood. Attachment to people who don't choose you back. Most people think holding on makes them strong. It doesn't. It makes them predictable. Machiavelli believed power belongs to those who can detach without bitterness. Those who can walk away without making noise. Letting go is not quitting. It's choosing not to bleed energy where nothing grows. Think about this. You keep explaining yourself to someone who already decided not to listen. You keep chasing approval from people who benefit from your doubt. You keep staying in places where your effort is normal, not respected. That's not loyalty. That's fear. Fear of being alone. Fear of starting over. Fear of losing identity. But when you have zero support, letting go becomes survival. Imagine a friend who only calls when they need something. A workplace that takes your effort but ignores your growth. A family dynamic where your progress makes others uncomfortable. Machiavelli would say, "What drains you is teaching you something." Letting go creates space, and space creates clarity. The moment you stop forcing connection, you see who steps forward naturally, and often the answer is no one. That's painful, but it's also freeing, because now your energy belongs to you. No more chasing, no more explaining, no more carrying dead weight out of habit. Letting go sharpens you. People feel it when you stop clinging. Conversations change. Dynamics shift. Some disappear. Others suddenly respect you more, not because you changed, but because you stopped begging to be included. Here's the paradox. The less you need, the more control you gain. When you master letting go, loneliness stops feeling like loss. It becomes discipline. It becomes focus. It becomes preparation. And those who couldn't support you before will eventually notice something missing: your availability. Before we move to third rule, if you're getting value from this, tap like and subscribe. It tells me you need more videos like this. Rule 3. Build an untouchable identity. When you succeed with zero support, you don't just grow stronger. You change how the world treats you. An unshakable persona is not about confidence on display. It's about consistency under pressure. People don't trust words. They trust patterns. Machiavelli knew that reputation is built when behavior stays steady, especially when circumstances change. Think about it. If you're calm only when things go well, that's luck. If you're disciplined only when watched, that's performance. But if you stay composed, focused, and quiet, regardless of outcome, that's power. An unshakable persona sends one message: You can't move me. No emotional swings. No public breakdowns. No dramatic explanations. Just presence. Imagine someone who doesn't rush to defend themselves, doesn't over-celebrate wins, doesn't collapse during setbacks. Over time, people stop testing them, stop poking, stop doubting, because there's nothing to grab. This is crucial when you have no support. Your persona becomes your armor. It protects you from gossip, doubt, manipulation. People may not like you, but they will be careful with you. That's respect. Machiavelli warned that unstable people invite control. Stable ones resist it naturally. So, build habits that reinforce this image. You speak less, but with purpose. You move steadily, not emotionally. You don't rush to explain your motives. You let time reveal outcomes. This doesn't make you cold. It makes you solid. And solidity attracts opportunity quietly. When you rise without support, people rewrite the story later. They'll say, they always believed in you. Let them. You know the reality. You survived silence. You learned discipline. You mastered control. And once you build an unshakable persona, you no longer need support to succeed. Because the strongest position in the world is this: standing alone, and not needing anyone to believe in you. Rule 4. Understand how people truly think. It begins the moment you realize no one is coming to save you. No mentor, no backup, no silent supporter cheering for you in the background. Just you and other people watching. Some smile, some stay quiet, some pretend they want you to win. This is where most people fail, not because they lack talent, but because they misunderstand human nature. Here's the uncomfortable truth. People don't support potential. They support momentum. When you are struggling, confused, or building quietly, most people observe, not help. They wait to see whether you rise or collapse, not because they are evil, but because human nature is cautious, self-protective, and opportunistic. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. He wrote that men are loyal when it costs them nothing, and distant the moment loyalty becomes expensive. Think about a simple moment. You tell someone about a plan, a new direction, a risk you're thinking of taking. They nod. They say, "That's interesting." Then they change the subject. That wasn't neutrality. That was evaluation. They were measuring you, your confidence, your certainty, your ability to survive without reassurance. Here's where clarity matters. Human nature respects strength after it appears, not while it is forming. This is why beginners get ignored, why strugglers get advice instead of help, and why winners suddenly attract allies they didn't have before. This is not betrayal. It's pattern. Watch how people behave, not what they promise. Notice who listens when you speak and who waits to speak next. Notice who supports you publicly but hesitates privately. Notice who disappears when you stop explaining yourself. These signals are not random, they are data. Most people fail alone because they misread this data. They take silence personally. They confuse distance with dislike. They assume lack of support means lack of worth. It doesn't. It means you're early. Machiavelli would tell you this plainly. Do not demand loyalty before leverage exists. When you have zero support, your advantage is invisibility. No expectations, no obligations, no need to perform. You are free to observe without being observed. This is where power begins. Imagine a workplace where you quietly outperform without announcing it. Or a social circle where you listen more than you speak. Or a family situation where you stop defending your choices and let time speak instead. People start adjusting subtly. They don't confront you. They recalibrate. Because human nature senses shifts before it admits them. Here's the turning point. The moment you stop needing validation, people start testing you. Small challenges, passive comments, quiet resistance. This is not rejection, it's confirmation. They are checking whether your strength is real. And when you don't react, when you don't explain, when you don't chase approval, something changes. They begin to watch more closely. Machiavelli knew this pattern well. Those who understand human nature don't argue with it, they move around it. So ask yourself this: who supports you only when it's convenient? Who disappears when certainty replaces conversation? Who becomes uncomfortable when you stop asking? These answers tell you everything. Succeeding with zero support requires one skill above all others: seeing people clearly, without resentment, without illusion, without hope. Not everyone is meant to walk with you. Some are meant to observe from a distance. Some are meant to join later. Some are meant to reveal themselves by leaving. Read human nature clearly. When you do, loneliness stops feeling like punishment and starts feeling like preparation. Rule 5. Silence becomes your ally. There is a moment in every lonely climb where silence stops feeling empty and starts feeling powerful. At first, silence hurts. No messages, no encouragement, no one asking how it's going. You feel unseen, unacknowledged, almost erased. But Machiavelli would tell you this: silence is where leverage is built. When no one is watching, you stop performing. When no one is clapping, you stop chasing approval. When no one is advising, you start thinking clearly. Most people collapse in silence because it exposes them. Their doubts get louder. Their excuses have nowhere to hide. That's why they run back to noise, drama, and validation. But if you stay, silence sharpens you. Think about a simple situation. You stop posting updates, stop explaining plans, stop telling people what you're working on. At first, people forget you. They assume you stalled. That assumption protects you. Now there's no pressure to impress, no expectations to meet, no opinions slowing you down. You move freely, quietly, efficiently. Machiavelli understood this well. The unseen player has the advantage. When people don't know your position, they can't predict your move. Silence also filters people. Those who only cared when you were visible disappear. Those who only engaged when you were useful go quiet. And what remains, if anything remains, is real. But even if nothing remains, that's still a win. Because now your energy isn't leaking outward, it's focused inward. Skills improve faster, decisions become cleaner, emotions settle. Silence teaches patience. You stop reacting. You stop oversharing. You stop chasing closure. And one day, without warning, silence flips. People notice results instead of promises, calm instead of noise, presence instead of performance. That's when silence stops being absence. It becomes authority. So don't fear quiet seasons. Don't rush to fill the gap. Don't explain the stillness. Silence is not where you disappear. It's where you prepare. Rule 6. You don't need them. There is a dangerous moment no one warns you about. It's not failure. It's not rejection. It's not being alone. It's the moment you realize you don't need them anymore. At first, this realization feels uncomfortable, almost wrong. You've been conditioned to believe success requires permission, support, and validation. But Machiavelli knew the truth. Independence is threatening. When you stop needing approval, people feel it immediately. Conversations change. Some become colder. Some become curious. Some suddenly try to reinsert themselves into your life. Not because they care, but because your detachment unsettles them. Think of a daily moment. You stop explaining your choices. You stop asking for advice you won't use. You stop justifying why you said no. And instead of fear, you feel calm. That calm is dangerous. Because now, guilt doesn't work on you. Pressure doesn't rush you. Loneliness doesn't control you. You've crossed an invisible line. Machiavelli believed the most powerful person is the one who can walk away without resentment. No drama, no speeches, just distance. When you no longer need people to agree with you, you gain freedom of movement. You choose relationships instead of clinging to them. You respond instead of react. This is when your presence changes. You listen more. You speak less. You don't chase conversations, they come to you. And the irony? Some people respect you more only after you stop needing them. Others fade completely. Let both happen. This doesn't make you heartless. It makes you sovereign. You still care. You still connect. But you no longer depend. And dependency is where power is lost. Support is helpful but not required. Belief is nice but not necessary. Approval is comfortable but dangerous. When you succeed with zero support, you gain something rare: self-trust. And once you trust yourself fully, nothing, no silence, no doubt, no rejection can defeat you. Because the game changes the moment you realize you were never waiting for them. You were building yourself. The rules ends here. If you're still here, you're not like the others. Like the video if you haven't. But if you want what's hidden, click the subscribe button and step into the architect level. You will unlock exclusive, uncensored videos that dive into the deepest parts of the human psyche most won't. That's the point. If you haven't watched my previous video, Nothing Can Defeat You, once you see the game, Machiavelli Dark Power Lesson, you're missing the foundation that makes these rules more effective. Think of this video as strategy. That one is your armor. You'll find it linked below and on the end screen.